Welcome, and here we are with the Game 5 of the 1968 World Series replay. We are in Detroit Stadium. It's St. Louis versus Detroit. It's Nellie Bryles versus Mickey Lolich. We are in the top of the fifth, and the score is Detroit 4 and St. Louis 1. St. Louis leads the series 3-1. So the Tigers have their backs against the wall, but they are responding in the clutch. So far in this game, the Tigers scored 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning on a 2-run single by the catcher Bill Freehan. And then they saw 2 more runs in the bottom of the third on back-to-back homers by Mickey Stanley and future Hall of Famer Kaline. And now in the top of the fifth, we're going to have Ron Davis, who's 1 for 1. He tripled and scored a run. Dal Maxville, and Nellie Bryles, who may be lifted for a pinch hitter. We do have action in the St. Louis bullpen. And here's the pitch from Lolich. And it's a 3-6. 3-6. Be ball 4. So Ron Davis is on base for the second time today. And it's going to be Maxville. Here's the pitch, 3-4. And that's ball 4 once again. So it's back-to-back walks against Lolich. And it's going to be the pitcher's spot, and the pitcher's going to bunt. That's a 7. I believe that's going to be a successful sacrifice, and it is. So Bryles lays down a nice one, and we go to Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 0 for 2. He struck out and flied out against Mickey Lolich. And it's going to be off Lolich's card, and that's going to be a 6-11, and that's ball 4. So Lolich has lost his control, and he's walked the bases loaded in a 4-1 game. So the go-ahead run is actually at the plate right now in the form of Julian Javier, the second baseman for the Cardinals. And it's 2-6. 2-6. It's going to be a high fly to the left side. Third baseman Wirt is there, and that's 2 away. It's going to be Curt Flood. Curt Flood is 0 for 1. He walked and stole a base. Here's the pitch from Lolich. It's a 1-5. A 1-5 is a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop, Stanley. Stanley over to first. And we go down to the bottom of the fifth. Score is 4-1 Detroit. Cardinals leave 3 men on base in that top of the fifth inning. It's going to be Bryles is still in there, but there is movement, and there is a couple pitchers warming up in the St. Louis bullpen. McAuliffe. Here's he batted. It's Mickey Stanley. And it's 1-10. It's going to be a pop-up to the left side. Third baseman, Shannon, 1 away. Al Kaline. And it's 5-11. That's off the pitcher's card, Bryles. 5-11. Big ground ball, first baseman X. Most first basemen are 2s. It's a 19 under a 2. Roll the 20-sided again, it says. That's a 17 now under a 2, and that's a ground ball that Cepeda is going to take himself. 2 away. And Norm Cash is 0 for 2. He popped up and lined out. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-6. A 1-6 is a split, and that ball is hitting to the gap. And going after it is Flood. Flood gets it in quickly, and Cash is in at second with a stand-up double. And with 2 out, we're going to see Willie Horton. And it's a 4-2, a 4-2. On Browse's card, it's going to be a shortstop X. And the shortstop for the Cardinals is Maxwell. He's a 2. It's a 19 under a 2, and that's going to be an error, a one-base error, allowing Cash to go to third, so it's E6, and it's first and third now. Horton is on at first. Cash is on at third, and it's going to be Jim Northrup. And it's a 2-5. A 2-5 is going to be a split 1-4 single, line out 5-20, and the 20-sided die says that ball is lined, caught by the second baseman. Nice catch by Javier, who was positioned perfectly. A ball went right into his mitt, barely had to move. So, but it was hit right on the nose. So we go to Mickey Lolich back on the mound, and he will face the Cardinals, the heart of their order, the 3, 4, and 5 batters here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Orlando Cepeda, who's 0 for 2. It's the pitch from Lolich. And it's a 2-3. A 2-3 that's strike 3. And that's his 4th strikeout of the game. And it's Tim McCarver. Tim McCarver's 0 for 2 as well. And it's 1-5, 1-5. Line drive, base hit. And Carver's on at first with a single. And it's Mike Shannon. Shannon batted .266, 29 doubles, 2 triples, and 15 home runs in 68. So that's 3-11, and that's going to be a strikeout. 5th strikeout for Lolich. And it's Ron Davis, who's 1 for 1, a triple, and then walked. And it's a 1-7. It's a ground ball right to the third baseman. Wirt over to first. That's the end of 5.5 innings of play. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be the catcher Freehand, Wirt, and Lolich. Bryles is still in there. I'm going to keep a close eye on him. 3-10. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, Shannon. Shannon gets rid of it, and it's 1 away. Wirt is 0 for 2. He reached base on an error. It's 1-3. It's a pop-up to the left side. Looks like the third baseman, Shannon, calling for it. And now we're going to see Lolich, the pitcher. He's a 1-batter, 1 card. And it's a 6-6. It's a fly ball left field. We go to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th is going to be Dal Maxwell, Bryles, and Brock. It's 2-6 from Lolich. 2-6, and that's a strikeout. 6th strikeout for Lolich. Bryles is going to bat for himself in a 4-1 game. And it's 6-4. 6-4. It's a fly ball X. Center fielder is a 3, and that's an 8. A 3-8, and that's going to be a ball that's caught by Northrup. So that's 2 away, and it's Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 0 for 2. He's walked. 6-7. Maybe strike 3. So Brock strikes out for the 2nd time today, and that's his 7th strikeout. So Lolich seems to be getting better as the innings progress. We go to the bottom of 7th. It's Detroit 4 and St. Louis 1. And it's McAuliffe at the top of the order, and that's going to be a 3-6. A 3-6 is a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 2 on the day for Bryles. It's going to be Mickey Stanley. Mickey Stanley's 1 for 3. Solo home run. in the third. And it's 6-9. 6-9 is going to be a high pop-up in the infield on the right side. And it's going to be a catch by Cepeda. And Al Kaline with 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th. He's 1 for 3 with a home run. And it's 5-3. 5-3. It's a ground ball, third base X. Shannon is a 2. And it's a 1. It's going to be a ball that gets by Shannon. Just didn't have a range to handle that. And Kaline's on at first. He's 2 for 4 on the day. This will be Norm Cash, big power hitter for the Tigers. He batted .263 with 15 doubles, 1 triple, and 25 home runs. And with 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th, he will be facing Bryles. And it's a 4-5. A 4-5 is going to be off Bryles' card. A 4-5 is a strike 3 call. So at the end of 7, it's Detroit 4, St. Louis 3. St. Louis coming to bat. Lolich stays in the game. There is some movement in the Tiger bullpen. It's Julian Javier, who's 0 for 3 on the day. He's flied out, struck out, and popped up. Here's the pitch to Javier. And it's a 6-9. That's going to be off Lolich's card. A 6-9 is a fly ball to the outfield. Horton, 1 away. Kurt Flood is 0 for 2. He walked and stole a base. Here's the pitch. It's 1-5. It's a ground ball hit right at Stanley. Stanley across the diamond, 2 down. And Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda's 0 for 3 on the day. He's due. And it's a 4-8 off Lolich's card, 4-8. And that, let's see, that's a split die, and that ball is hit a long way, and that ball is going to be gone. That's out of here. It's 4-2 now. Home run for Orlando Cepeda. And he got a hold of that one, and he's rounding the bases now. And we go to Tim McCarver. The score is 4-2. 2 outs. And it's going to be 3-8. 3-8. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Stanley, over to first. And that's the end of 7.5 innings of play. The Cardinals score 1 on the home run by Cepeda. And the score now is Detroit 4 and St. Louis 2 going to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Willie Horton facing Nellie Bryles. Willie Horton facing Nellie Bryles. And it's a 3-3. It's a fly ball left field. 1 away. And it's a 1-6. A 1-6 is a pop. Pop 4. And then it's going to be Freehan. And it's a 4-7. It's going to be off Bryles' card. A 4-7 is going to be a line drive base hit. So Freehan is 2 for 4 on the day. And he's on at first. And it's going to be Don Wirt. And it's 5-5, 5-5. It's going to be fly ball right field. And that's caught by the right fielder Davis for the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Cardinals. It's 4-2 Detroit in a series that the Cardinals lead 3-1. So it is a do or die game for the Tigers. It's going to be Mike Shannon, Ron Davis, and Dal Maxwell. Here's the pitch from Lolich. He's going for the complete game. It's 3-7. 3-7 is strike 3. 8th strikeout of the day for Lolich. It's Ron Davis. Ron Davis is 1 for 2. He tripled, walked, and hit into a ground ball out to third base. And it's 4-5. 4-5 is off Lolich's card. 4-5 is going to be a fly out center field, 2 away, here in the top of the ninth inning. And it's Dal Maxville. Maxville batted 253, 8 doubles, 5 triples, 1 home run, and about 459 at bats. And it's going to be off Maxville's card. And it's a 3-5. It's going to be ball 4. So Maxwell keeps the inning alive, and we're going to see a pinch hitter now. It is time for a St. Louis pinch hitter, and it looks like it's going to be Maris. Maris is going to come in and pinch hit. So it's going to be Maris for Bryles, top 9. Tying run is at the plate in Roger Maris, who hit 18 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, and batted .255 in 68. This is his last year and his last series in baseball. As we 4-6, and that ball is by him. Strike 3. And that's the 9th strikeout for Lolich. The game is over. Final score is the Tigers 4 and the Cardinals 2, and the Tigers stay alive. The victory will go to Lolich with a complete game victory. And that's all she wrote for tonight's game. I hope you enjoyed it. We're signing off from the Combat Painter Tabletop Winter Baseball Station Network, if you will. We are affiliated with no one. And that's all she wrote for Game 5 of the 1968 World Series, played in Detroit Stadium. And we're going to go back to Busch Stadium 2 for the last 2 games of the series. The series now is at 3-2 with the Cardinals up. So take care. Talk to you soon.